In just 2 years, I built a 6-figure stock investment portfolio that makes me passive income every single month, giving me the freedom to work and travel anywhere in the world and be on track to retire early in my 40s. And I'm currently in Arequipa, Peru. And over the past 5 years, I've been able to help hundreds of working professionals learn how to retire young and not old, all while enjoying life. And so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I built my 6-figure stock investment portfolio in less than 2 years, and the 3 main lessons I learned so that you can do it too. The first lesson is a secret to how I've been able to achieve every single financial goal I put my mind to. So in 2020, I graduated university and started working in corporate finance at one of the top accounting firms in the world. But I was only making about $60,000 to $70,000 per year. Now I had this goal of building a 6-figure stock investment portfolio in 2 years. And so I decided to create a plan. Using this exact template, I set my goal of $100,000 in 2 years. Starting from zero, and based on an average rate of return of about 8% per year, I would need to save a total of $48,000 per year or $4,000 per month. Now, at the time, I could only realistically save about $2,000 a month, which means in 2 years, I would only have about $48,000. But even though I wasn't on track to hit my goal, the benefit of having this plan now was that I could clearly see what I needed to do so that I could hit my goal. And so I could clearly see that I would need to save an extra $2,000 per month. And so to do this, I could either number 1, reduce my expenses, or number 2, increase my income. Now, I knew I couldn't really reduce my expenses anymore without depriving myself and not living a life. And so the only other option was to increase my income. And so that's exactly what I did. And that leads me to the first lesson that I learned, which is that if you want to achieve your financial goals, you need an investment plan. You see, most people make the mistake of just putting their head down and working hard. But then a few years go by and they realize that they're actually nowhere near their financial goals. And so the benefit of having an investment plan is that you're actually able to see what your life is going to look like in the future. And if you don't like what you see, you can start making changes to your life today so that you can change your future. It's like flying a plane. If you're far away from your goal, a small little degree change in direction will completely change your end destination. But if you wait until it's too late, then there's not much you can do. This is how I've literally achieved all of the financial goals that I put my mind to. From building a 6-figure stock investment portfolio, a 6-figure business, and being on track to retire early in my 40s. And so if you want to learn how to start building your own investment plan, then feel free to use the financial goals worksheet. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. The second lesson that I learned from building a 6-figure stock investment portfolio in 2 years was something that went against everything that I was taught about money. You see, growing up, coming from an Asian immigrant family, my mom would always say, never spend money and always save money. And for most of my life, that's exactly what I did. But when I realized I needed to save an extra $1,700 per month, there was only so much money I could realistically save. And then I came across a business coach who told me he could help me start a coaching business, making $2,000 to $3,000 per month. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what would help me hit my $100,000 goal. But there was one problem. The investment to work with this coach was over $5,000. I remember when he told me this price, I was literally shaking and my heart was beating so fast. At the time, $5,000 was a lot of money for me. I was hardly even working for a full year yet. But then I asked myself, wait, if I spend $5,000 now and I'm able to make $2,000 to $3,000 per month, then wouldn't it be worth it? And so despite all of the lessons that my mom told me to never spend money, I decided to spend $5,000 to work with this coach. And then within just a few months, I was able to make $2,000 to $3,000 per month and able to save an extra $1,700 per month. You see, one of the main reasons why poor people stay poor is because they're too scared to let go of their money. It's like an overbearing parent. If you have a kid and you never let them go outside and meet new people, then your kid is never gonna grow up. And it's the same thing with money. If you want your money to grow, you need to be willing to let it go so that it can grow. This was such an important lesson for me to learn. And since then, I've invested multiple 5 figures to hire coaches to help me create the life that I have today. And so let me ask you a question. Are you willing to let go of your money? And if you're not, how do you think that this is impacting your ability to build wealth? Let me know in the comments below. The third lesson I learned from building a 6-figure stock investment portfolio in less than 2 years is a common mistake that a lot of people make, costing them thousands of dollars each year. And so back in 2020, I was consistently investing about $2,000 to $4,000 per month into the stock market. Then came in March 2020 and the pandemic hit. and the stock market tanked. While most people were freaking out and selling all of their investments, I decided to invest even more money into the stock market. I did this because stocks that were going for $100 per share were going at a 30 or 20% discount. And so when the stock market recovered just a few months later, my investments grew like crazy because I bought everything at a discount. And so by 2022, although I only invested about $90,000 of cash, my investment grew by over $10,000. And this is how I was able to build a six-figure stock investment portfolio in less than 2 years. And this leads me to the third lesson I learned, which is to be greedy when other people are scared, and to be scared when other people are greedy. You see, when it comes to money, everything is based on the principle of supply and demand. Supply is how much of something is available, while demand is how much people want it. And the price of something is always where supply meets demand. It's basic economics. And so when demand is high, but supply is low, prices are high. But when supply is high and demand is low, prices are low. It's like a Gucci bag. If there are only 10 Gucci bags in the whole entire world and everyone wants it, because demand is high and supply is low, the price is going to be very high. But if there are a million fake Gucci bags, then that's going to drive the price down. And the same logic applies to investing. When everyone was scared about the pandemic and selling all of their investments, demand for stocks was low while supply was high. And then when the world started to recover, then demand started to increase, which is why all of the stock prices increased as well. And so remember, if you want to get above average returns from investing, you need to learn how to invest your own money and have the confidence to invest in the stock market even when everyone is telling you not to do it. Because if you're constantly following the crowd and doing what everyone else is doing, then you'll never get ahead financially. And so if you want to learn how to invest your own money so that you can retire young, not old, then get access to my free early retirement workshop. To sign up and learn more, just go to the link in the description below. And so these are the 3 lessons I learned after building a 6-figure stock investment portfolio in less than 2 years. You have to, number 1, have an investment plan that will tell you exactly what you need to do to achieve all of your financial goals. Number 2, if you want to build wealth, you have to be willing to let go of your money. And lastly, be greedy when others are scared, and be scared when others are greedy. Now you're probably wondering about how you can build your own stock investment portfolio so that you can retire early in your 40s or 50s. And so if this is you, then watch this video next.